All right. The biggest ADP risers. Too high, too low. Josh Jacobs is up to 17th overall.
Just right.
I think it'll keep rising a little bit more.
And you're cool with that.
I am very cool with that.
Jamie does not think he should be a first-round pick. Jamie says 17th overall is just right for Josh Jacobs. You're on the clock. Garrett Wilson and Josh Jacobs are staring at you. You took... it doesn't matter. You took Travis Kelce in the first round, so you don't even... Yeah, so what are you doing?
Garrett Wilson.
I'm going Jacobs.
Isiah Pacheco is up to 71st overall in CBS PPR average draft position. Cam Akers, Javonte Williams, and DeAndre Swift are now behind Pacheco, ahead of Akers, Javonte, and Swift. How do we feel about him at 71? Pacheco.
I've had more people tweet me this year about why don't you guys like Isiah Pacheco? So I wonder if there's another site or another group of analysts who are higher on him than we are. I just don't think that he has much of a chance at the passing downs role. I think McKinnon's first there and Clyde's probably second. And Mahomes throws inside the 5 more than any other quarterback in the league. So I don't know that he has a huge role in terms of scoring touchdowns. I'm not in on him at all.
Now, granted, there's been a lot of injuries at the position, but do you know what the most rushing touchdowns scored from a Patrick Mahomes running back has been?
It's Kareem Hunt, right? 9.
It might be since maybe the stat is since Hunt. It could be off.
Oh yeah, they haven't had a top 20 running back since.
No, rushing touchdowns, just rushing touchdowns, because that's where he has to win.
I don't know.
7.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous about not being in on Pacheco is I have no Pacheco, is the lack of wide receiver options. Do they throw more to their running backs on first and second down, and he gets 2-3 catches? Fairly.
Kareem Hunt only had 7 with Patrick Mahomes, so that was not even pre.
7.
Yeah, I don't think you can cite the lack of none of these receivers are worse prospects than Isiah Pacheco.
No, but he doesn't have Juju to throw to right now. He doesn't have Hardman to throw to right now. Those were his leading wide receivers last year. So do the running backs just get
those
more?
Are not the guys. Yeah, I just don't think those guys are that difficult to replace.
Okay. Look, I'm not arguing for it. I'm just bringing it up. All right. George Pickens is up 11 spots to 72nd overall, right behind Isiah Pacheco. First of all, who do you guys have ranked higher, Pacheco or Pickens?
Pickens.
I'm sure I have Pickens ranked higher. I have no interest in drafting either at the 6-7 turn.
I'm fine with Pickens there, especially when we see the way receivers are going in the drafts we've done the last month.
Oddly, though, Pickens is going ahead of Deontay Johnson.
That I don't like.
He's going ahead of Jahan Dotson, right?
That I don't like either.
Everyone's going ahead of Jahan Dotson. Pardon me. Dotson's going.
Jahan? That'd be a pretty cool name.
90th overall. I don't know for Jahan Dotson, something like that. In CBS ADP, he's super low. So he's going ahead. Pickens is going ahead of Tyler Lockett. How do we feel about that?
No.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I think I had a moment last week or something where I'm in this father-son draft. It's a Scott Fish league, and I think I may have mentioned it, but Lucas had the choice on the clock, and I'm trying not to give him. I'm just like, here's the guys who are available. You make the pick, and he picked George Pickens over Jahan Dotson, and I almost disowned him. But I understand why it happens, because there's a lot more videos on social media of George Pickens making catches, and I think that's inflating his ADP.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to make sure I don't say the wrong thing. I said that the Chiefs haven't had a top 20 running back since Kareem Hunt. They haven't had a top 20 per game running back since Kareem Hunt. So just pointing that out. All right. Dalvin Cook is up 4 spots to 79th overall. Dalvin Cook is ahead of Khalil Herbert. Would you rather have Dalvin Cook or Khalil Herbert?
I'd rather have Khalil Herbert.
Yep, me too. Another guy that I've just not drafted.
Zay Flowers is up 4 spots to 97th overall. He's a top 100 player, Zay Flowers, and he's ahead of Brandon Cooks and Michael Thomas.
Good.
Yes, agree.
Okay. Cortland Sutton's up 4 spots in ADP, but he's still only 114th overall. How does Cortland Sutton, who starts with Las Vegas and then Washington, how does Cortland Sutton compare to Zay Flowers, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Thomas?
Behind.
I think I have Sutton ahead of Cooks and Thomas behind Flowers, and Sutton's kind of a unique case where if you've got a team with some guys that you think might not, or especially if you have a flex situation where you're not sure you have a week 1 starter, Sutton is a much better pick.
Would you start Cortland Sutton over Gabe Davis in week 1? Sutton against the
No.
Raiders, Gabe Davis at the Jets.
No.
Really? Why? I can make such a compelling case for this.
But you love Russell Wilson.
But I love Gabe Davis. I mean, this is perhaps the best defense in football. They give up very few big plays. He had 2 terrible games against them last year, Gabe Davis. I just don't know that this is Gabe Davis's week.
Well, one of those was the game where Josh Allen got hurt, and I believe the second one he was already hurt.
He got hurt on the second to last pass of that game.
Oh, you're right. That's true.
Gabe Davis. Yeah. I already did my Jets. I did my Jets Bills research this morning.
Yeah, I don't want to trust Cortland Sutton, to be honest with you. Yeah. Like, I want to see it first. I want to see how long Jerry Jeudy's out.
If only I didn't want to trust Cortland Sutton, things would have been so different last year. All right, what else we got here? Raheem Mostert. He's up 13 spots in ADP. His ADP is 123rd overall. But again, when I see somebody up 13 spots to 123rd, it might mean he's going in the 80s now, in the 90s. I don't even know. So when should we be taking Raheem Mostert?
The 80s is a good place to consider it.
Yeah, I'd prefer round 9, but I think if you've got a 0 RB build, he's another player who's very specific to how you've started. If you're looking for a week 1 through 4 starter at running back, then you could slide into round 8.
Mostert or Pacheco?
Pacheco.
Pacheco.